First of all, I'm proud of our guys. Hard-fought win. Proud of how we were able to grind it out. We were down 12 in the first half, but kept battling, and guys stepped up and made big plays. We got to the second half, and we were up 5, and there was a timeout. And in that moment, they came out. We fouled them twice, put them on the line, made 4 free throws, and then we lost the lead. And in the past, I thought we probably maybe would have crumbled in that situation. But these guys found something inside of them where we were able to push through hard. And the last 2 minutes of regulation, we were able to get stops. They didn't score. And the guys made some outstanding defensive plays, and then guys stepped up and made some big offensive plays. Same thing in overtime. And so obviously Amari hit a big shot, got to a spot, a shot that we've seen him take and make in practice, and he's very comfortable with that shot. We're very comfortable with him getting to spots and using the size and creating space. He got a great look at the end of regulation, and proud of him for not being afraid of that moment. A lot of freshmen in that moment wouldn't be afraid. And then at the end, after missing that in regulation where it could have won it, to come back and to have the guts and not being afraid of the result. And then Roman was terrific, again, all game. Obviously, his rebounding, had a big steal and dunk at the end. He's continuing to get better, and really cool to see him start to find his voice a little bit. And so I'm just proud of our guys who were able to grind it out and get a big-time win.
Questions for the student-athletes?
Amari, how much did you guys need this?
We needed this big time. We've been on a losing streak, so we just needed this to turn us around and, spark us in the win column.
Roman, can you take us through that steal and how aware were you of the 3 Wake Forest players just right on your heels?
When I had tunnel vision, I was just looking down, but I think the biggest thing was just still staying aggressive on defense. I had 4 fouls, and I was just thinking kill mode. So, got to get the glory to God for allowing me to be in a position to get that steal and go down and make a big play. But I'm just proud of the guys. Barry just talked about competitive stamina, and we were able to finish this game and do right by that. So I'm just proud. Yeah.
Roman, how do the coaches coach you when you have 4 fouls, when you're in foul trouble, to defend and keep playing hard using your physicality?
They're pretty just normal about it because I got three quick ones that I shouldn't have got. It was just more them telling me to be disciplined. Nothing too much. They weren't changing too much, but yeah, I just gotta stay disciplined in next games. But yeah, that's about it.
Amari, can you walk us through the final possession in OT when you hit that baseline floater for the game winner?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like Coach said, that's a shot that I work on all the time. I shoot it a lot in practice. That's just something that's my shot right there. So it really was the second nature when I got to that spot and did my little sidestep to put it in the basket.
Mm-hmm. You missed that 3 like he was talking about, but then you get down to the other end and you kind of deflected a 3-point shot. How are you able to sort of, I guess, keep your cool? You know what I mean? That you don't foul him in that situation. You get your hand on the ball and deflect a shot.
No, hey, it's just next play, man. You can't hang your head on the play that you made or a play that you didn't make, because they coming right back at you. So just next play mentality, forget what you did on the last play and lock in on what's in front of you and execute.
You guys both played a big role in how Pitt defended today. You guys 20 points off second chance points, 17 points off turnovers. How important was your defensive pressure today on Wake Forest to get the win?
We need to get stops. Defense wins games. So in order for us to win games, we got to get stops. We got to rebound. We got to do all the little things, and if we're able to do that, we might gonna have this result. We're gonna have this result.
Amari, you made some plays defensively, but what's the reward? What's it do for you to be able to contribute offensively and have a night like this going forward?
Now, yeah, it feels good. Kind of been struggling a little bit, but it feels good to just get this flow back, and hopefully it just catapults me into more of the games coming up.
For either of you guys, what have you seen from Makari over the past couple weeks as he's gotten a few more minutes here?
He just always stayed ready. He never changed. Even on the bench, if you look at the tape, he's always up. He's never a front runner So I'm just proud of him as well. He makes big plays every game, and he never puts his head down. So yeah, just proud.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach?
I'm looking at the overtime box score here, and I'm looking at Omari's stat line. The only thing that doesn't have numbers is fouls and turnovers. I mean, just, you know, what can you say about how he played in that overtime period in particular?
Yeah, well, Amari's a really talented young guy, and I think at times most freshmen I've been around, especially ones that play and play significant minutes, and Amari's done that all year, at some point they hit a wall, and normally that's around somewhere in January, whether it's Jason Tatum, Marvin Back, whoever it is, Blake Griffin, like it normally always happens. And I think that's what happened to Amari a little bit. You know, he's continued to show up every day with his routine and work. He and Coach Brown getting extra work in before practice, after practice, and the thing we've talked to him about is just trusting his work. And he's a really good defender when he's disciplined. He's having to learn how to be disciplined, which most freshmen have to learn. He can do a lot of things offensively. We're trying to help him simplify some things, and he got better with that today. As he made some really good passes. We knew Wake was going to be in heavy gap and run away passes. He made some big plays there. So I'm just proud of him for continuing to show up. You know, what we've been through is difficult, but like we told our guys, you have to run towards it. You can't run from it. You know, we put ourselves in this situation. We got to fight our way out of it. And I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of all the guys for continuing to show up, continuing to have a great attitude, continuing to fight. I think that speaks to the culture that we've built here the last 3 years, that even though things have not gone well and they've been bad, where these guys, the guys that are in the arena, have continued to show up and have good attitudes and try to fight. And tonight was an example of that.
You mentioned seeing Roman kind of find his voice a little bit. Where did you see that come on?
I've seen it in practice. I've seen it in the past few games. I've seen it in huddles. You know, he's starting to speak up. He's starting to understand his place on the team and also understanding what the team needs. And it's been cool to watch that.
Is this among the best games you've gotten from Noyes, Brandon, and Omari on a singular night together?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, I can't remember the past right now, the previous games. Only thing I can remember is missing a bunch of free throws and layups. If we do that, we probably beat Miami. We definitely beat Boston College. We beat NC State if we make free throws and foul shots. As far as those three individual guys playing together, I know I've said that they haven't really all played well together. I think they played okay. I think we had a chance for some of those guys to have some big-time plays if we can make some finishes around the basket. But they fought. That's the thing that I like. They all fought. All three of them competed on the defensive end, big rebounds, big stops. And we want to continue to get that out of him.
Jeff, you mentioned that, you know, of Roman talking, because of the way he plays, how do his teammates look at him when he speaks up?
Guys have ultimate respect for Roman because they know how hard he works, how hard he plays. I mean, he's that way in practice, and how much it means to him. And, you know, again, he was the last one to get here with this group. It was sometime the first week of September when he got here. And so all of this is new, and he's been an unbelievable teammate. And again, as he's gotten himself in better shape, as he's gotten a little bit more acclimated to college basketball, as he's gotten more acclimated to the culture of the United States in Pittsburgh, you know, I think he's becoming more comfortable in being who he is. When we recruited him, we thought he had really good leadership, you know, potential, especially with how hard he played, and how much it means to him and the passion that he plays with. You know, I think he's starting to kind of let that out a little bit now.
When you have when there's a player like Juke Harris, and he gets into foul trouble, how much do you emphasize with your guys the fact that he's in foul trouble? You know, try and go at him, try and drive on him.
That was the plan to start the second half right away. We tried to get a play where we got Barry posted up, and we didn't execute it great. We ended up getting a 3 out of the play, but the option, the timing of it with Barry in the post wasn't great. But then, when Barry got him on the wing, I think the very next play he drove him. One of the things we talked about was that he has 3. He's not going to foul. He's going to move out the way, and so don't let him off the hook. You got to drive him. You have to attack him. So it is something that we talked about.
Coach, your hardest part of the schedule is coming up, 4 ranked teams the next month. What can you carry over to these games?
We're excited about it. We're excited about the next one. It's the only one that we're worried about. Just continue to play hard, continue to fight, continue to get better, try to correct some of the mistakes that we've made in the previous games, try to continue to get better with some of the things that we've done well. I think Clemson's next, right? We played Clemson close here. We played them well. That's another one where if we can finish around the basket some and make some free throws, that maybe the outcome's a little bit different. They're playing at a really high level right now. When we played them, I think that was the second conference game when we played them, so it was a few weeks ago. They've really turned it on, and they're a really good basketball team and program. But we're excited about the opportunity to go down there and play them Saturday at noon.